And to be honest, I had enough of never being enough. So I considered the ways of the world. But in the end, I decided that it was best for me to find comfort in being peculiar and being the Mr. Don't Quite Fit, so please don't solicit me to beat the click. Because that pain was foundational preparation for the many times I would have to spread these eagle wings and fly solo against the majority and above the birds. I considered fornication when I couldn't stomach the humiliation of giving a sacrifice of my body to a man that in return would find and give me that weak and pathetic title like girlfriend, or even worse, introducing me as she just my friend. And according to some, I'm supposed to have low self-esteem because my skin been kissed and massaged in the sun, but I don't. For I realized that in his image was I made. And in his likeness was I created. And because he predestined me, I must be predestinated. So I don't apologize for it being my season, nor do I ask for forgiveness because it's my time. You were not there when it wasn't. In the midst of rejection, I wiped them tears and I stayed. So as I come out of gestation like a diamond emerging from the rough, I have the one request. Give me one uncensored, one unmuted, one unprejudiced open mic as a poet. I got to breathe again. No music, but you can still bob your head and wave your hands as I belt out these uncensored acapella poetic juice and she's not like I think I am. Feel free to tell them that I'm that poet that called Miss Lady and I'm the Mr. Don't quite fit it. Don't fit it. The name of that poem is called Mizfit, right? Because in spite of the fact that I don't fit in a whole bunch of situations and circles because I won't compromise, compromising people fit in every situation that they find themselves in. But when you're a peculiar person, you just look awkward and you look kind of weird. And so it's okay being a misfit when you're anointed, right? It's okay when His glory is on you because at the end, when it's all said and done, they're going to need you. So just keep being who God called you to be. Because they're going to need you, Kelly. They're not going to need a duplication of you. They're going to need the audacity, the one that had the audacity. Come on, English. To hope. So I'm excited though. In the name of the CD, I don't have physical CDs. What I have is the digital cards, right? So you get the little card for $5 and then you just download it. The thing about being able to download is that you can download it on your computer, then you can put it on your phone. So you can actually have it in a couple of different places. And plus, we in technology age and that's our culture now. And so I do have some in it just with me or whatever. And anything that I sell tonight, we're actually gonna give it back to Kelly, amen? Amen. God just told me to say that, so I guess we really are going to do that, right? That's the original plan, but we thank Him on today, right? Yes, He will do it. Listen, sometimes you find yourself in situations where you kind of ask, who can love me? For whatever reason, And I wrote this poem because this lady was prostituting, but I found out years later that I kind of needed it for myself. And a lot of other people was echoing the same thing. And I judged her while she was prostituting because, when it ain't your issue, you self-righteous about stuff.
Yes.
And the God in me was like, yo, but for grace that could have been you. Yes. But for grace that should have been you. So before you judge her, just think about her story and think about her song. And when I thought about her story and I thought about her song, this is what I heard. Who can start with L and end with the end? Be the OV that sits in the middle of it, me. Who can start with L and who can end with the end? Be the OV that sits in the middle of it, me. Who can start with L and who can end with the end? Be the OV that sits in the middle of it, me. Who can start with L and who can end with the end? Be the OV that sits in the middle of it, me. She asked this question time and time again, but she almost never got a response. Not an utter, not a twitch, not a sound. In fact, suddenly it seems as if the room would grow into an eerie silence. Some say she was searching for that thing that starts with L and ends with E. OV sits in the middle of it in all the wrong places. And that very well could have been true. But she was tired of coming to church, sitting on the third row looking pretty, and going home alone. And although she was happy for her sisters as they sashayed throughout the church announcing their bridal showers, wedding and wedding engagements, she could not help but to wonder when her time would come. And that made her lose her focus within her pursuit. She found herself wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in that web of being single, saved, and having sex out deep in her heart. She knew something was wrong with that, but she kept running into the arms of another man, asking the repetitive questions she was singing, the repetitive song of, who can start with L and Be the Ovi that sits in the middle of the me. Who can start with L and who can end with the end? Be the Ovi that sits in the middle of the me. Who can start with L and who can end with the end? Be the Ovi that sits in the middle of the me. She said, please start with L, please end with the end. Be the Ovi that sits in the middle of it. Me. And apparently her echoes reach heaven. Because in the midst of her disappointment, she heard that still small voice say, come unto me broken. He said, come unto me torn. He said, I am the potter. Where should be my clay? And as she stood there in the master's arms, that creator began to break her so that he might make her in the beauty of his image, hiding his word in her heart that she might not sin against him. He gave her beauty for ashes, and he dressed her with the garment of praise. But then he did this awesome thing. In the same key that she sang in, he said, I can start with Ellen, I can end with thee, and I'll be the Ovi that sits in the middle of it. You, I can start with Ellen, I can end with thee, and be the Ovi that sits in the middle of it. You, I can start with Ellen, let me end with thee, and be the Ovi that sits in the middle of it. You, he wants to start with Ellen, or let him end with thee, and be the Ovi that sits in the middle of it, middle of it, middle of it. Come on, girl. So let him love us back to wholeness. Daddy's here to love us back to wholeness. He's here to love us back to wholeness. So let him do it. He's here to do it. He wants to love us back to wholeness. See, nothing broken, nothing missing. Love us back to wholeness. He's here to love us back to wholeness. So let him start with Ellen, end with thee, be the old.